Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Steven's Sausage Roll, where today there should not be any reason that I have to bug out early, and also we are going to be re-examining a bunch of puzzles that we have looked at in the past. Is this... Have we looked at... Oh yeah, okay, we have looked at this one. Well, I guess let's take another look. That good old cold escarpment. So... how do we get the sausages over to the grill? In particular, I'm concerned about the vertical sausage, which is going to have to be carried, the horizontally laid sausage, rather, which is going to have to be, like, carried over onto the grill by the other one somehow, because otherwise there's no way to get it, on there without overcooking the side that we slide it onto. Okay, so first thing I'm thinking is we have a gap here that we probably need to cross, and we probably need to put the vertically laid sausage I don't know what I'm doing, actually. Hold on. I was thinking, like, oh, we maybe need to use the horizontal sausage as a bridge to move the vertical sausage across. But the only way that we could really do that is by stabbing the vertical sausage, bringing it up onto the ledge, scraping it off up there, and then pushing it down. And if I'm going to do that, I can just push it down on the other side of the gap, right? Like, this works just fine and doesn't require me to do any sausage bridging. But I do need to stack them on each other to make a bridge for myself, not for the sausages, because I can't get down from that ledge in any other way. So, is there any reason this wouldn't be okay? I mean, we can just push it over here, right? And then... there we go. And now I can actually get down over here. And then we just do it again somehow. Okay, here's the problem with this. How am I gonna actually do this? Put the fork down here. If I stand here and turn the fork upward, we can slide this thing into a more useful position. And I have to reverse it now, right? We have to roll this down, get the vertical sausage serving as the bottom one, put this thing into a place where I can stab it. I don't think it matters which half we grab. No, it absolutely matters which half we grab. It has to be this half. I think this should be okay. Okay, because I have to get across to this thing now. All right. Now that we're up here, we have to construct the situation where we actually get the sausages on the grill. Ooh, right. That's dangerous. Because if the sausage gets stuck on my head, we'll never be able to move it again. I'll never be able to get it off of my head, I should say. How do I resolve that problem? Would it help for this to be in a different position? No, I don't think so. Like, it has to be pressed this far over. Okay, hold on. I'm going to back up a little bit. I have a thought. Can I think we need to get these sausages in slightly different positions to begin with. I'm having a hard time vocalizing the problem I'm having here, the thing I intend to do about it. We do need the vertically aligned sausage to be in those two squares so that we can scoot it downward by standing in this tile and doing this fork turn, right? The sausage has to be here to slide down. But I think I need the upper sausage to be on top of the other half so that it's not directly on my head when I perform that move. Which means that we have to do this whole section slightly differently. All right, hold on. Let me start by doing this. Well, if I do this, aren't I? Yeah, I need to get this this vertical sausage off of this thing without committing it to the gap. If I do this, it's going to roll the wrong way. That doesn't help. I don't know if I can. I think the way that I transported them over here makes this actually very tricky. Because when we stab the horizontal sausage, in order to carry it up the ladder... Okay, no, I have a thought. What if I do it... What if I stab it from the bottom? Can I get this rearranged such that that is possible? Because I don't want to push this sausage any further down for the moment. So we go back into the situation here. Crap and also shit. I don't think I'm going to be able to do this. Because the problem is if we stab it from the bottom, in order to enter this square, this row, which we have to push that sausage so far down that I can only place the horizontal sausage on top of its northern half. Let's get you out of here. Let's give you a little bit more room to breathe. So it is the case still that we will never be able to free ourselves of the sausage if we stab it in the end. It has to be... Yeah, shoot. I cannot figure out a way to do this. This means one of two things. Either I screwed up earlier in the puzzle, or there's some way for this to be fine that I'm just not seeing. Let's start with that idea. Let's see if there's a way to make this work. I could stab this. What happens if I stab this and then okay, so we do just hold on to it. Okay, I'm assuming that it's kind of a failure to get the sausage stuck on my head. Is that necessarily true? Yeah, it is, right? Because I'm never going to be able to, yeah, I'm never going to be able to unalign it. It's a pretty wicked looking pompadour, though. And because we'd never be able to perfectly, we'd never be able to get it out of perfect alignment with ourselves, even if there was an overhang or something, there would be no way to get it off of my head. So, Oh. No, this is fixable. I can just roll the sausage off like that. Sorry. Roll the sausage off to here, and then I can, no, that doesn't. Right. Rolling the sausage off is not necessarily Okay. Let me back up to that first crossing. I'm wondering if there's a way to disengage the sausages here that will allow me to rebuild the second crossing slightly differently. Okay. So this part. Well, that's not... How are you going to... Obviously, we can't do that. So no, this is the only way to push this down. But see, this is the kind of situation we very badly want to engineer for the next one, where I can be next to the edge of the sausage and turn and slide it without the other sausage being over top of me. And because the gap is in the middle of the 3 tiles that are covered by the platforms, instead of at one end, that gets a little complicated. It doesn't matter which column the vertical sausage is in. We're going to have the same issue, just like potentially mirrored. But how would we avoid it? Is there another kind of repositioning I could do here that would be meaningful, maybe? Oh, here's a question. What happens if I push this forward, it should just slide forward, right? And then I can roll it backwards and it should roll the top sausage off. Oh, that's... Sorry, I need the fork to be downward when I do this. Okay, that gets them both down in an area where I can manipulate them a little bit better. And perhaps most critically, I can get this thing out of the way. Yeah, we can get the horizontal sausage up onto... here. We can get the horizontal sausage up onto the platform. And then we can position this thing without the 2 things preventing each other from happening. Okay, so what I need is for this thing has to end up all right, it's going to have to be in the other column, actually, because I need access to the ladder. I think I want to slide this down here. I'm trying to build this in my head. I need to draw it. I need to have a physical representation of it. Okay, so the situation we're trying to create here is this sausage is in these 2 squares, as it must be in order for me to be able to execute the push. But this sausage would have to be hanging over here for us not to have the problem, right? For it not to end up on top of my head. But there's no way to do that. Because in order for this arrangement to exist, this sausage has to be in these 2 squares when I execute the crossing. And then it would have to be moved down somehow, but I can't move it down if it's in these two squares. Shoot. Yeah, I don't know how I am... Like, we really have to leave this thing in these tiles, right? Have to. I'm just making sure, like, I'm verifying that I'm not wrong about this. I can roll it while it's up there, potentially. I don't think that actually helps. And yeah, there's something I can do here. I can't stab this. I can't do anything except push it upward, which is sort of the opposite of productive. If I roll it... Yeah, if I get on top of the top sausage and I roll it downward or upward off of the vertical sausage, there's no way for me to ever get off of it. I mean, I can get off of it here, but I can't. That leads to me being stuck on this platform with nowhere to go except back onto the sausage. We're further in this puzzle for sure than we were last time we were looking at it, but I don't know what to do with it from here. It sure seems like this is the only way to make the crossing. And I mean, obviously, when I say this is the only way, the vertical sausage could be in the other column. We can't move the horizontal sausage because we won't be able to get back off of it. And I can't move the vertical sausage. I can stab the vertical sausage, but I can't get it back off the fork if I do, right? I could press up right now, but if I did that, all I'm doing is putting the putting the other sausage on my head. Look at this, the worst possible outcome. Oh, I was expecting... For whatever reason, I was expecting the top sausage to come with me when I did that. That actually is, I'm glad I was just fucking around, because that might be the solution to the puzzle. Right, we do this thing. Then we get up here. Oh, no, I have to... Shoot. Right, I have to roll the... Okay, hold on. Well, now that we've got this situation, there's a lot of stuff we can do to try to make this make sense. So... Yeah, I was really expecting that top sausage to come with me when I backed away from the vertical one, even though I know, like, according to the rules we understand, like, where this is a... According to the rules as we understand them, the sausage wouldn't move because it is currently over top of a solid object. But you got to keep your rules crystal clear in your head at all times in this game. Okay, so let's push this over here. Slide this down. What I need to do is get that top sausage. I need to get that top sausage slid back on the bottom sausage one more time, so that it doesn't drop off until the bottom sausage is done cooking. Right? Because I can't... Yeah, there's no way to do that as we have them laid out currently, but there's a lot of stuff I can do to mess with this. Okay, so the thing is, I can only make that adjustment if the horizontal sausage is on the northern square. Oops, it's on the northern square of the vertical sausage. So can we make that happen? It's actually kind of tricky, huh? All right, what if I do this? Roll you forward. Don't shoot. Yeah, no, that's tricky, actually. Because if the horizontal sausage were on the northern square of the vertical sausage, then when we push the vertical sausage onto the first grill space, we could just step up onto the ladder and scoot the horizontal sausage backward one square with a fork turn. I can't do it if it's on the southern square because the horizontal sausage is too far away from us to be turned. So if I... If I separate them, there's no way to restack them. Yeah. I need this to stay on top of here for the moment, at least. My life would be so much easier if the vertical sausage was in the other column right now. We had to end up putting it in this column like this. For many good reasons, but because it was the only way to get the scrape off the fork move to work. But now that it's here, I kind of hate it. Out of curiosity, I know this isn't going to be part of the solution, but we have an opportunity to learn a rule here. If I press... Okay, if I press down, trying to roll the sausage upward in this position, it does not roll the sausage under it downward. Okay, so this is the situation. This is like the baseline scrape off situation. See, the problem with this is we have the situation for me to scoot the sausage backward, but it is complicated by the fact that the ladder is behind all that sausage. If I do this to free the ladder, we've moved the other sausage to a position where I can't access it. And if I press it up from below, we're going to get that top sausage stuck on the platform. So are you simply unsolvable from this position? Pressing this forward is going to have the horizontal sausage land in the middle of the middle two of the 4 grills, which is not a position from which we can finish cooking it. This is a bummer because I really feel like we're close. But again, sometimes you get in that position where you're close, but you made a wrong move, you know, much earlier in the decision tree, and the final outcome is not reachable from where you are. And I fear we may be in that place. Wait, am I being perhaps a little silly here? I need to have my fork facing this way. Oh no, I was trying this earlier. I can't roll it sideways from here because for some reason this move does not cause the upper sausage to roll forward with that sausage. I'm assuming it is something about my fork being under it during the movement, even though my fork isn't under it at the end of the move. It's under it during this first part. It's under it until the bottom sausage no longer is, in any case. Actually, hold on. Has that done it? Let me get up here. My turn, so my fork's not going to annihilate this thing. Walk to there. Walk down. Yeah, I needed to bump the sausage while my head was under it so it wouldn't slide like that. And now we can do this, walk that forward, and walk across. Okay. We were, in fact, very close. I just needed to execute another version of the sort of puzzle-breaking move that I had done to get us into that position in the first place. Man, once again, like, you see this situation. I was going to say problem. It's not a problem. I think it's good for it to work this way. You see this situation arise in a lot of the more difficult puzzle games, like it definitely is the case in Parabox and in the later levels of Baba Is You, where, like, if you don't have an iron grasp of how your rules work, you are not going to be able to see the solution. If you have just kind of a fuzzy, oh, when I move X, it goes like that, you're not going to be able to see how the solution differs. The moves that lead to the solution differ subtly from the moves that almost lead to the solution. And, oh boy. Okay. It's fine. It's good. I just need to be even more aware here. So, we have this puzzle where we can use this tree to knock one of these sausages off of this stack, but then I need to figure out a way to get the other sausage to onto the ground. Everything's got to be laying down here because nothing can be pushed off of anything else. Or, you know what I mean? Nothing can be rolled off of anything else. In the way that we just rolled that horizontal sausage off that vertical sausage, since they're all aligned the same way. Now, we do know of one way to change the alignment of a sausage. If we get it perfectly stuck on top of us, or even if just stuck on my head at all, actually, because it could be one tile on top of my head and the other tile of the sausage off to the side, right? Like, for example, if we do this, I can now turn this sausage, and as such, we can use it to do, like, scraping maneuvers. Oh, it won't turn with the fork. That's interesting. But like if I do this, where I roll this thing away from the tree. Right, that allows us to get those things onto the ground. But now what? If I could do it without aligning myself perfectly with the sausage, I wonder if it would be the case that I could just, well, even if we did scrape it off on a rock though, what are we going to do with it? Because we can do that the way this is now. Oh, right. There's that fork movement that I was doing accidentally that was incredibly frustrating. It turns out to be probably right. But how do I... Okay, so we've reached a situation where all three of the sausages are on the ground. Is this actually useful? Because, like, we still have a bit of a navigational issue here. I guess I can just do that with all three of them. Yeah, the subtlety of this move. Let's back up here because I have to keep this in my head. The subtlety of this move, where you push the one sausage out from underneath half of the other one, and your fork holds the upper sausage in place until the movement is done. It is so easy to forget that maneuver will do the thing that it does. Oh, friends, this is going to be so challenging near its end. Unless we are near its end already. I actually have no idea. No, you know what? That remains true, even if we are already at the end, which we totally could be. Alright, and it should be as easy as getting all three of the sausages lined up over here because we have enough grill space to bump the other two off. And now that we've done that, we can... Yeah, easy. I solved it kind of accidentally, but easy. Oh. Alright, let's see if we can get one more. Alright. It's going to be a cold, cold cliff. So... We want to set this up, I think, such that we end up with like one of the vertical sausages here, the horizontal sausage there, so that we push the horizontal sausage forward. It ends up in these two spaces, dropping the. We push the vertical one forward, so it ends up in these two spaces, dropping this one in this space, these two spaces, and then we roll it upward and out of the way so we can. No, that's not going to work. Even if we could do that, get the horizontal one perfectly cooked and out of the way in this space, there's still a problem with the vertical sausages where we can't just push them forward on the grill because of the fact that there are more than there's more than a 2x2 grill here. So the sausage that is rightmost will overcook when the leftmost sausage pushes it the second time. So, all that being true, also worth noting, the ending is here. The ending is where it is, the place where you have to stand to end the puzzle. So, we're going to have to figure out a way of getting back up here. Whatever our solution is, it can't block access to any ladders or anything. If we okay, if we somehow manage to get, I'm trying to figure out if there's a way to like set this up so we drop the vertical sausage onto the grill like here off of a roll, step on top of it, roll it down to finish it, and then, well, no, I can only step down onto the raised platform off of the vertical sausages. Right. If we can just drop the two vertical sausages onto the grill such that they land next to each other, and that's the first, they're both getting their first side cooked, then we can roll them once. That'll finish them both. But how would we do that? And there's probably not stabbing involved on this one because there's a real dearth of ways to get a sausage off of your fork once it's on. Although, we don't know. It probably will let us leave the level if we have a sausage still on our fork, so maybe that ends up not mattering. There is also, I suppose it is worth noting, a real dearth of ways to execute a stab anyway. Just like a little bit. There's a soundtrack, but I would like it to be a little bit less minimal. Yeah, I'm not sure how we're going to cook the vertically aligned sausages. That's where I'm kind of hung up right now. It probably does not involve putting them on the vertical sausage and then rolling them off. Because how would we roll the vertical sausage? There's just like, there's never a time when we can do that. I don't know. Part of me wants to just go do a different puzzle, but let's play with this one at least a little bit. Trying to figure out how I would even get... It does feel to me a little bit like this puzzle is initially laid out to make it awkward for you to bring the horizontal sausage down below the vertical ones. And that makes me wonder if that is indeed a thing that is worth doing. Because, like, if we... Stop it. If we do something like this... That's pretty cool, right? Like, now, in theory, if I could execute a push from the right side on these, they would both cook and be finished. So, wait, what if I... Well, I won't be able... The answer is I won't be able to roll this. And in fact, I'm doomed now because I can't... Yeah, from here I can't actually even press left. I could just do this. But that doesn't help us. It's like, it's so close to being a functional shape. And if I roll this sausage off like this, we have this little ladder here to help us, like, you know, obviously it's pretty cool to be able to finish that puzzle like that. Although it'd be better if, yeah, okay. How about this as an ending sequence? Somehow, this sausage is uncooked. It gets dropped onto these two tiles. And then we have the vertically aligned sausages here and here. And I'm able to step off of one of them, walk over onto this, roll it up twice. So rolling it to here finishes the cook, and then rolling it to here allows us to step off up onto the platform where we can exit. How would I engineer a situation like that? I would have to... How would I do that? So the horizontal sausage would have to be on top of the vertical sausages. It would have to get carried over into the right position. And then it would have to... We'd have to get the vertically aligned sausages... Yeah, I don't know. We'd have to get the vertically aligned sausages over to, like... They would have to fall onto the grill in this position and this position. And then we could, like, execute a walk forward from here. Because, you know, the grill will burn us and we'll walk back, but we would push the sausages into the right spot. Is there a way to do that without having to push them along the horizontal sausage first? Because the horizontal sausage needs to be on top of them when they hit the grill. And it cannot be the case that they slide... No, I just don't see a way to do this one at all. I'm gonna not then for for right now. Let's maybe step over to a different puzzle. Okay, right, this bit. I still feel very lost on this one. Okay. We have to generate a situation where I can step up onto this platform while the ladder is unblocked, which would require us to either move the horizontally aligned sausage horizontally in some way and then be able to step back onto it, or it requires us to get one of the vertically aligned sausages to move vertically, to move upward, such that it ends up adjacent to the platform. Or if I could move the, yeah, maybe it's something like this sausage ends up over here. Because if we can get this sausage into this column and also get me on top of it, obviously it'd be trivial to just roll it up along the side here and step onto this platform. Although I guess actually that is problematic though, because we have no way of retrieving the sausage afterwards. So that's probably not the right solution. Yeah, we wouldn't be able to get it back out and put it on the grill. Bloody hell. So I guess it's one of those other solutions. I mean, we know that the beginning of the puzzle is to step onto this sausage. We have no other moves that can affect the board at all. We must step onto this sausage. So now we can do this. We can get these things desynced a little bit. But what do I do from here so that I don't get stuck? You know, actually, there's no way for me to ever get off this sausage again once I've stepped onto it. I'm thinking that getting onto the vertical sausage in these columns, or the horizontal sausage in these columns so that I can move it vertically, wouldn't actually be so bad, because although it's not recoverable with like fork movement, we can build a situation once it's over there by moving the other sausages around that will allow us to walk onto it, climb the ladder, walk onto it, roll it downward, and then step off onto a vertical sausage, which functions as a bridge back onto the platform. So it probably would actually be recoverable if I could figure out how to do that. The problem is that there's no way to get back onto the horizontal sausage in this situation. But I sure can cook this one. Yeah, because we're just going to end up. I wonder if this is another one of these things where there's some subtle move that does work that I'm not calculating in here. There is some like equivalent of the fork underneath the sausage turn where like the rules break very slightly. This one's really frustrating because I just don't feel like I understand it at all. And I almost have to be close just due to the just due to how little there is that you can actually do in this puzzle. Like, the real solution can't be that different from what we're doing. There's not all that much variance to pursue here. I just, how do I... There is not, as far as we know, a way to, like, knock ourselves off of a sausage. No move we can execute that will cause us to fall or cause the sausage to move out from under us. But something like that would really help. If I separate the sausages anymore, I again won't be able to do any transit. Y'all, I simply do not know. Okay, like one thing we can do is we can do this thing, and that allows us to transit between the two vertical sausages quite easily, which allows us to realign them using this thing as a bridge. Which does allow me to get this here. And then we're down. Okay, yeah, that's something. Oh, now, like I was saying, can we actually execute the theoretical move that allows me to, oops, don't do that. Okay. So we would roll this down twice. Step over here, climb up. Yeah. This part of the puzzle I had figured out, because that means we can do this thing. And now all of the sausages are recovered. Well, recoverable. I still have to do this thing to get you to slide down. But at this point, I think it's as simple as walking these through, and then yeah, okay. Averaging approximately one puzzle solution every 20 minutes, we're just gonna fly through this thing. Video games are hard, is the thing. I think that's where I'm going to call it for today. I do not anticipate getting another one down in the next 5 minutes. And also, my brain needs to rest because it's starting to smell like cooked sausage in here as well. And by in here, I mean in my skull. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope this is fun to watch. It's fun to do. So I'm hoping some of that is transferring out through your screens to you. When you come back next time, we will continue tackling the puzzles in this area. I think I'm getting there. I'm putting it together. We're gonna be able to do this. The next area, who knows? We'll see. But I think we're gonna get this part finished at least. And we'll see you then.